Israeli leaders insisting Israel is not spying on the Americans. Now, three top Israeli ministers denied a Wall Street Journal report that their intelligence services spied on the closed-door Iran nuclear talks. The spying controversy comes as U.S.-Israeli tensions continue to rise. And State Department spokesperson Jen Psaki joins us. Nice to see you, Jen.
Great to be here, Greta.
All right, Jen, I'm not going to ask if we're spying on them, but are they spying on our nuclear talks?
Well, Greta, I'm not going to speak to any country's policies. I know the Israeli government has spoken to this. I think the bottom line here, though, is that it's ridiculous to suggest that members of Congress would need to rely on a foreign government. We've done more briefings on this issue than any other issue that we've worked on over the last couple of years, and we've kept them abreast and will continue to.
Why can't the rest of us know? I mean, we've got Secretary Kerry going around to countries that aren't particularly friendly to us. We've got Congress knowing. Everybody seems to know about what the particular deal is, but the American people are sort of, kept in the dark at this point. I mean, what's the big secret at this point?
Well, we absolutely want the American people to know what our objective is, which is to prevent Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. We want to cut off their 4 pathways to getting there. And there will absolutely be a public and I'm sure a debate about this and the components of it once there is a deal. Hopefully there will be a deal. But the fact is, negotiations often need to be kept in a quiet, done in a quiet fashion in order for them to proceed and be successful, and that certainly is our objective here.
Fair point. We need time to negotiate, and you got to get some give and take, but I thought we're sort of down to the wire. When there is a proposed deal, will the American people get sort of a real strong briefing on it before it's actually signed, sealed, and delivered, so that we can have, our thought, whether it's a good deal, bad deal, so we can have some input? Or is this going to be signed and then we're going to hear about it?
Well, I think it's not about it being signed. It's negotiated between countries, and it's negotiated between leaders of countries. That's traditionally and historically how international negotiations have worked. I got that. But once both sides, suppose Secretary Kerry and President Obama and the Iranian leadership and all the other countries involved say this is a great deal, but before everyone before anyone signs off on it, do the American people get to hear about it in detail? Well, of course, we'll be communicating with the American people. And there are components of this, Greta, that will be implemented over time. We'll need Congress to implement pulling back of sanctions if we get to that point. We don't have a deal yet, but I can promise you that if there's a deal, it's something that we'll be communicating quite aggressively about to the American people.